Boom. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Sweet Outdoors. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you, veteran. And remember why you are able to sit there and barbecue and drink beer is somebody died for you to do it. Remember that. A vet had to die for you to enjoy the freedoms you have today. So remember that on this Memorial Day weekend. Thank you, vets. Okay. Why are we here? Because it's 100 friggin' degrees outside. Arnold Palmer. I've got all three granddaughters here, both sons. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 95 friggin' degrees. It's something serious down here in South Florida, people. Just let them, run around in the front yard with the sprinklers, play in the water and all that good stuff. So they're in there cleaning rooms now. So it gives me a chance to bring you this real quick video. Okay, we've talked knowledge, survival knowledge, bug out knowledge, bushcraft knowledge. In previous videos, we went over the, Creek Stewart. Is it Creek Stewart? Yes, Creek Stewart book collection. This is the Bug Out Survival Skills collection. The Advanced Bushcraft 101 with Dave Canterbury. Oh, no, actually, this ain't the 101. This is just the Advanced Bushcraft. But we've also went over this one. I have another one that fits right in with our series on tarpology, the different tarp shelters and stuff. This book is actually written by Creek Stewart. Written by him. Now, I should have put two and two together when I looked at the book, and it said Pocket Field Guide. Usually that means small. I mean, that looks more like a pamphlet than a book. But looking through this, there is some very useful information in here. Everything from knot tying. It covers just about every knot that you will need. Double half hitch, quick release hitch, tensioning knots, prusik knots. That's the one that I was trying to think of in our last video. It's a prusik, not a crusset. I'll tell you what. But, a lot of interesting information, and you ain't even got to the canopy and the tarps yet. It breaks down the different knots, the different tie-off points, what they're called. When you hear people say different things like this, this stuff that I didn't even know. Where you'd put a trucker's hitch, prusik knot, quick release taut line hitch, stuff like that. I do mine real simple because, like I said, I'm not into all the fancy knots and stuff like that. So I just make it as simple as possible. They've got the lean-to, or what is that? Yeah, lean-to. It's a lean-to, and then they got a diamond tent for hammock camping. Just everything. Floored bivvy, a wedge. We've done the wedge. Adirondack. That's one that I really want to check out. There's just so many different. Talks about toggle sticks. Let's see. If you don't have tie-offs, what you can do, make a button, like a button on there, basically a little pebble in the end of your tarp and then tied off. Just different, a lot of good, useful information for when it comes time to build your shelter. Go through the book. Here's another one that I'm interested in trying out. It's the Baker shelter. So just the book was not expensive. It was like $8 on Amazon. I will leave a link in the description, but you can also get the digital download for your Kindle. They have, they've got that on there as well. Excuse me. But I mean, it's always, like I said, knowledge is everything when it comes to these situations, whether it's basic camping, basic hiking, stuff like that. But even more so when it gets into, the bushcraft and the survival stuff like that. If you don't have the knowledge, you're not going to, let's face it, guys, you're not going to make it. Like I said, even when it comes to just simple camping stuff, believe it or not, I went camping one time with some friends, and this has been, oh my God, this has been years ago. I mean, years ago. I'm talking, I don't even think I had kids then. I mean, and this was way before I was getting into any survival or bushcraft or anything like that. But me and a couple buddies, we go out there, we're getting ready to go camping and everything. We go to set up our tent, and my buddy had no idea. He had no idea how to set up a tent. No clue whatsoever. And just simple things like that can really mess you up in the long run. So whether you digital download uh, YouTube videos, it's still always good to have a backup, a plan in writing, just, per se. This book even has a spot in the back of the book for notes. Maybe you've done like me and you've tried some of these shelters out. You say, you know what, I want to make this my own. I want to add my twist to it. So you put it in your notes in your back. These books here, these bushcraft books, Dave Canterbury's and Creek Stewart's bug outs and all that, they're everything from shelter building to knots to, building fires, fishing, hunting, uh, how to make snares, how to make traps. Like I said, it's just so much information put into these books. And there's another book that I carry in my backpack. I'm going to have to find it and bring it back out. But I've had the book for probably 15 years, if not longer. And I went to that book so many times, being out camping and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, let's try this, And all you're doing is helping yourself when you learn this stuff. When you look at these books, when you read these books, you're just, the more you know, the less tools you carry. Uh, you can always tell a beginner. I'm trying not to ramble on, but there's just so much information that I'm trying to get out and keep you interested without you wanting to click off and go somewhere else. But you can always tell somebody's experience by, I last thing I want to be is judgmental. But you can always tell somebody's experience when they're out in the woods, whether it's camping, hiking, or anything like that. You can tell their experience level by the size of their pack, by how much gear they carry. Somebody that's not experienced, that's just getting into it, that's learning, that doesn't have all that knowledge, they might as well carry a trunk for the stuff that they're going to need. But somebody that is well seasoned vet, somebody that's very highly experienced, that has all the knowledge, somebody like a Dave Canterbury, a Creek Stewart, Cody Lundy, Corporal Sean Kelly, people like that. I mean, they can very few tools, a knife, a fire steel, and a canteen water bottle is pretty much all they need. You're not going to be super comfortable, but you can make it, and it's all because of knowledge. The more you know, the less you carry. Um, I'm not going to say I'm an expert because I am not, nowhere near it. I have some experience. I could survive a night with minimal gear if I needed to. Would not be comfortable, would not be fun, but I could do it. I know how to make snares and fish traps and different stuff like that. I know how to start a fire with minimal gear and all that stuff. But, at the same point, I live in South Florida. So I will choose my gear a lot different than somebody up north. And it all just comes back to what you know. It comes back to knowledge. Again, you can get it all on digital downloads. You can get it all on the internet, on the YouTube, and everywhere else. But your battery dies or the grid goes down, those are done. No good. So if you don't at least have it here, have it here. Have a book of some sort. So do me a favor, if you've stuck with me this long through my rambling, go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification button. That way you're aware next time a video drops. Check us out on TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. And I hope you guys are, like I said, I hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. And remember those who have sacrificed everything for you to be here today. Well, with all that, be safe. God bless. Get outside, people. Man, I'm all messed up. I ain't even had nothing to drink. Get outside, people. That's it. And again, before y'all leave, I want to thank the people over at Backyard Expressions for the lovely cooler and the hammock that I have been so enjoying over this past weekend. Sitting out in the front yard with my grandkids, kicked back in the hammock, they're playing in the water. Love it, guys. Go check those guys out there at backyardexpressions.com. Peace